Navigating the financial landscape can be particularly challenging for the middle class, where the delicate balance between income and expenses often leaves little room for error. Despite earning a steady paycheck, many middle-class individuals find themselves ensnared in money traps that can perpetuate a cycle of financial instability. Understanding these pitfalls is crucial for anyone looking to secure their financial future. Unlike the affluent, who may have the cushion to absorb financial missteps, or the economically disadvantaged, who often qualify for various forms of aid, the middle class must tread carefully. The stakes are high. Falling into these traps can mean living paycheck to paycheck, amassing unmanageable debt, and ultimately compromising long-term financial goals like homeownership, education for children, and a comfortable retirement. In this video, we shed light on these common money traps and offer practical advice on how to avoid them. By recognizing and addressing these pitfalls, you can take control of your finances and work towards a more secure and prosperous future. Understanding these traps is the first step toward breaking free from the cycle and achieving lasting financial well-being. Before we continue, if you're looking to enhance your financial future, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you find this video helpful. Now let's move on. One of the most insidious money traps is lifestyle inflation. This occurs when people increase their spending as their income rises, leading them to live paycheck to paycheck despite earning more money. It's a common phenomenon where the desire to improve one's standard of living quickly absorbs any additional income. Imagine getting a raise or a bonus. The initial excitement often leads to thoughts of upgrading to a nicer car, moving to a bigger house, or buying the latest gadgets. While these purchases may provide short-term satisfaction, they can lead to long-term financial strain. The problem with lifestyle inflation is that it creates a cycle where increased income is matched or even surpassed by increased expenses, leaving no room for savings or investments. Take the example of upgrading a car. A more expensive car not only comes with higher monthly payments, but also increased insurance premiums, maintenance costs, and fuel expenses. Similarly, moving to a bigger house means higher mortgage payments, property taxes, utilities, and maintenance costs. These incremental increases in expenses can add up quickly, eroding any financial gains from a higher income. To counteract lifestyle inflation, it's essential to adopt a mindset of financial discipline. One effective strategy is to maintain your current standard of living even as your income grows. For instance, if you receive a raise, consider automatically transferring the extra income into a savings or investment account. This way, you can enjoy the benefits of increased income without succumbing to the temptation of spending more. Credit can be a double-edged sword. While it can provide temporary relief in times of need, over-reliance on credit can lead to a cycle of debt that is difficult to break. Credit cards and loans often come with high interest rates, and if not managed properly, they can quickly accumulate, creating a significant financial burden. The allure of credit is its convenience. With a swipe of a card, you can make purchases without immediate out-of-pocket expenses. However, this convenience comes at a cost. Credit card companies charge interest on unpaid balances, and if you only make minimum payments, the majority of your payment goes toward interest rather than the principal. This means it can take years to pay off even small balances, costing you significantly more than the original amount. Consider the scenario of charging a $2,000 vacation to a credit card with an 18% interest rate. If you make only the minimum payment of $50 per month, it would take you over 5 years to pay off the debt, and you would end up paying more than $1,000 in interest alone. This example illustrates how quickly credit card debt can spiral out of control. To avoid falling into the trap of over-reliance on credit, it's important to use credit cards responsibly. One strategy is to treat your credit card like a debit card, only charging what you can afford to pay off in full each month. This way, you can take advantage of the convenience and rewards of credit cards without accruing interest. An emergency fund is a financial safety net that can protect you from unexpected expenses, such as medical emergencies, car repairs, or job loss. Unfortunately, many middle-class individuals do not have sufficient emergency savings, leaving them vulnerable to financial crises. The lack of an emergency fund can lead to a domino effect of financial problems. Without savings to cover unexpected expenses, people often resort to high-interest credit cards or loans, further exacerbating their financial situation. This cycle can lead to increased debt and financial stress, making it difficult to achieve long-term financial goals. Financial experts generally recommend having 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses saved in an emergency fund. This amount can provide a cushion during periods of financial uncertainty and help you avoid accumulating debt. However, building an emergency fund can be challenging, especially if you're already living paycheck to paycheck. One effective strategy for building an emergency fund is to automate your savings. Set up automatic transfers from your checking account to a separate savings account designated for emergencies. Even small regular contributions can add up over time, making it easier to build a substantial fund. Another approach is to look for areas where you can cut expenses and redirect those savings to your emergency fund. Review your budget and identify non-essential expenses that you can reduce or eliminate. Housing is typically one of the largest expenses for middle-class families, and high housing costs can significantly impact your overall financial health. While owning a home is often seen as a cornerstone of the American dream, the costs associated with homeownership can be substantial and sometimes prohibitive. One of the primary challenges with high housing costs is the initial expense of purchasing a home. This includes the down payment, closing costs, and moving expenses. For many middle-class families, saving for a down payment can be a significant hurdle, especially with rising home prices. In some cases, buyers may opt for lower down payments, which can result in higher monthly mortgage payments and additional costs such as private mortgage insurance, PMI. Beyond the initial purchase, ongoing expenses associated with homeownership can quickly add up. These include mortgage payments, property taxes, homeowners insurance, maintenance, and repairs. Many homeowners underestimate the costs of maintaining a home, which can lead to financial strain when unexpected expenses arise. For example, major repairs such as a new roof, HVAC system, or plumbing issues can be costly and may require tapping into savings or taking on debt. To manage housing costs effectively, it's important to carefully consider your budget and choose a home that aligns with your financial situation. One rule of thumb is to keep your housing expenses, including mortgage payments, property taxes, and insurance, to no more than 25 to 30% of your gross monthly income. This can help ensure that you have enough room in your budget for other expenses and financial goals. Hobbies and subscriptions can provide enjoyment and entertainment, but they can also become financial traps if not managed carefully. Many middle-class individuals spend significant amounts of money on hobbies and subscriptions without realizing how these expenses can add up over time. One common example is gym memberships. While staying fit and healthy is important, gym memberships can be expensive, especially if you're not using them regularly. According to a survey by Finder, the average cost of a gym membership in the United States is around $58 per month. Over a year, this adds up to nearly $700. If you're not taking full advantage of your membership, this money could be better spent or saved. Streaming services are another area where expenses can quickly accumulate. With the proliferation of streaming platforms such as Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, and Amazon Prime Video, it's easy to subscribe to multiple services. While each service may only cost $10 to $15 per month, having several subscriptions can add up to a significant monthly expense. Additionally, many people forget to cancel subscriptions they no longer use, leading to unnecessary charges. To manage the cost of hobbies and subscriptions, start by evaluating your current expenses and identifying areas where you can cut back. Review your subscriptions and cancel any that you're not using regularly. Consider using free or lower-cost alternatives, such as borrowing books from the library instead of buying them, or taking advantage of free online workout videos instead of paying for a gym membership. Retirement planning is essential for ensuring financial security in your later years, yet many middle-class individuals neglect this crucial aspect of their financial planning. The misconception that retirement is far off or that there's plenty of time to save can lead to inadequate retirement savings and financial challenges in the future. One common reason for neglecting retirement planning is the competing financial priorities that middle-class families often face. With immediate expenses such as mortgages, education costs, and daily living expenses, it can be difficult to prioritize long-term savings. However, failing to plan for retirement can have significant consequences, including the inability to maintain your standard of living in retirement and the risk of outliving your savings. Starting to save for retirement as early as possible is one of the most effective strategies for building a substantial retirement fund. The power of compound interest means that the earlier you start saving, the more your money can grow over time. For example, if you start saving $200 per month at age 25 with an average annual return of 7%, you could accumulate over $500,000 by the time you're 65. In contrast, if you wait until age 35 to start saving the same amount, you would accumulate less than $250,000 by age 65. A key aspect of retirement planning is understanding your retirement needs and setting realistic savings goals. Estimate your retirement expenses based on your desired lifestyle and calculate how much you need to save to achieve those goals. Online retirement calculators can be helpful tools for determining your savings needs and creating a retirement plan. Financial security is achievable through discipline, education, and strategic planning. By avoiding these money traps, the middle class can build a more stable and prosperous financial future, free from the constraints of perpetual financial strain.